Welcome to the On Deck podcast presented by LineStar. I'm Shannon Sommerville here with Tyler Wiemann, ready to break down your daily fantasy baseball slate for today. We've got 11 games on the main slate for today. Not quite a mondo,
no, just
but
a
it's
big
up
boy.
there. It's a big slate for today.
Yep.
We'll get into your daily fantasy projections. We'll also have our home run calls and our prop bets of the day. Stay tuned for that. Right now, we've got some storylines to get to in Major League Baseball. The Astros have clinched the AL West. Next team to cement their spot in the postseason. Hopefully, the Yanks will be there if they don't blow it.
I believe the Mets clinched a playoff spot, too.
Yes.
Yep.
So, the other trend that I saw was, did you know that MLB's league average of 243 is the lowest since 1968 and tied for the fifth lowest in history, dating back to 1871.
That was a long time ago.
It was.
Twas.
Twas.
Do
That's
you
when
remember
they used,
that?
that's when they used twas.
Yep.
The OPS this season, 708. Since 1992, the only time it was lower than 708 was 2014 when it was 700. So we're just seeing low batting. I mean, that was what we were seeing at the beginning of the season, too. I wasn't sure if it had stayed that way but it seems to have continued to be pretty low.
New balls just aren't flying like they used to.
Not flying. So some interesting things there as this season gets closer and closer to an end, and we inch closer to the postseason and October baseball. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, be sure to like this video. If you're enjoying our content, be sure to subscribe to our channel and comment below if you have any questions or comments. Now let's get into our daily fantasy baseball slate for today. We'll start off with a look at our high-owned pitchers for today. We'll tell you where the field is headed and if we're going to go with the field or fade them. First pitcher we're talking about is Luis Castillo going up against the A's today. We are projecting 43% ownership on both DraftKings and FanDuel. Last game, he held the Padres scoreless through 6 innings with 9 strikeouts in that game and going up against the A's, so a favorable matchup as the Oakland A's have the 6th highest strikeout rate in baseball.
Yeah, Castillo's in an absolutely terrific spot here. And the dude has just been pitching unreal. He is still underpriced. We have a 4-star alert rating on him. 28% combined K rate. I really like Castillo today. And like I said, he's just underpriced.
Man, wish he was on the Yankees.
Yeah, what do you think the Yankees
do.
would be like if it was him instead of Montas?
They tried.
Not
Didn't
hard
happen.
enough. Just like with the Judge contract talks. Just can't do it.
Hurts my soul to talk about
now
that.
you guys are going to be breaking out that wallet.
Man. Serves him right, though, you know?
It's good for Judge.
Yeah.
Does he stay?
mean.
Does he stay? Does he go?
I mean, if he leaves,
Am I going to make
George
you cry
Steinbrenner has
on the
to be
show?
rolling in his graves.
Oh, yeah.
in his
Steinbrenner.
grave, you know?
George would freak out.
Totally.
That's for sure.
All right, Braves righty Charlie Morton going up against the Nationals today. 43% is what we're projecting on DraftKings, 21% ownership on FanDuel. He's given up 4 earned runs in each of his last 2 starts. He has done well, though, against the Nationals earlier in July. 2 earned runs in 7 innings pitched with 7 strikeouts in that one. So a more favorable matchup for him today.
Yeah, and he has been pretty inconsistent recently. He has shown some real high ceiling, but then also pretty low floors, especially for his price. But he is way better at home. He's giving us 47% more fantasy points at home. This offense is kind of meh. They're not bad. They're just a little average. We have a 4.5-star alert rating on him. I think you got to like him. He's another player that's probably a little too cheap salary-wise. So
A little bargain there.
yeah.
How about Nestor Cortez today going up against the Pirates? We are projecting the ownership to come in around 29% for DraftKings, 11% on FanDuel. 2.7 ERA for Nasty Nestor. Last game held the Red Sox to 1 run on 3 hits with 7 punch-outs. facing the Pirates, who have the second lowest average over the second half of the season. So he's in a good spot as well today. Given the ownership is going to be high on him, though, are you going there as well?
I do have one worry with Cortez. He only pitched 65 pitches last start out, so he could be a little limited. So that is one reason to not want to go there. However, Pittsburgh offense, striking out 29% of the time, 288 WOBA. They do hit the ball hard, though, and Cortez is allowed 34% hard contact, 46% fly balls. So I could see a ball or two fly out of the ballpark, but I think Cortez is in a great spot. We got a 30% combined K rate on him today. So there's some really nice upside, and his ownership really isn't that bad.
And this game is at home where he does much better.
Yes, absolutely.
Now let's take a look at some low-owned pitcher plays for today in daily fantasy. The first guy we're going to look at is White Sox righty Dylan Cease. Today he's going up against the Guardians. We're projecting ownership to be just 12% on DraftKings, 7% on FanDuel. Dylan Cease, fourth highest strikeout rate in baseball. In 3 games, 17 innings pitched against the Guardians this season. He's allowed just 4 runs with about 16 strikeouts. It's like 5 strikeouts a game. Pretty good. And that was some of those starts were at the beginning of the season. He's definitely ratcheted up the strikeout numbers.
Yeah, I mean, he has a 30% K rate, so those strikeout numbers are absolutely there. And like I said yesterday with Scherzer, when you're getting a pitcher of this caliber at this low ownership, you always have to look at it. And I think Cease is in a fine spot. Cleveland offense, yes, they're good. Do they strike out a ton? No. But Cease is good enough to totally shut them down. He can still rack up the Ks, even versus a good team that limits strikeouts like Cleveland. But with his upside, I got to go there with this ownership. I just like him as a pitcher, too much.
As a pitcher, as a person, as a man with a mustache.
Yeah, isn't he doing he has some sort of charity thing with every strikeout he gets.
It goes to saving the trees.
Yes, that's what it.
Some sort of environmental. So why
let's win some money and let's save some
the
trees.
Environment. Exactly.
It's a win-win.
Dodgers lefty Tyler Anderson is going up against the Diamondbacks today, and some low ownership projection numbers for us here: 2% on DraftKings and 2% on FanDuel. 2.62 ERA for Anderson, and he's done well in 3 games against Arizona. He's only allowed 2 runs in 20 innings. Not a bad spot for him today as well.
No, not at all. I mean, Arizona's not a great offense. We've talked about it all season long. And Anderson's been really good. He lacks the strikeout upside that some of the other guys on the slate do have. So for him to be optimal, we may need some guys to fail. But he's also fairly cheap. So you can go with, say, him and Castillo, and you still have a ton of salary left if you're on DraftKings. So 5-star alert rating, the great matchup. I like him. Good old Tyler bump, too.
Didn't get that yesterday, but today we're getting it.
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly.
Well, let's take a look at our team stacks now. And first we'll take a look at the high-owned team stacks for today. The first team the field is headed to is the Braves. Today they're going up against Nationals lefty Patrick Corbin, who has a 6.11 ERA. 3.17 opponent average. Now, he is coming off kind of a decent outing against the Orioles. He only gave up 1 run. He also did well against the Mets earlier this month. He allowed just 1 run on 3 hits and 7 innings to them. However, the Braves have absolutely owned Corbin. Yes. He's given up 15 earned runs to the Braves in 3 starts against them. They've crushed him.
And 16 runs. So there was an unearned run in there, too. And yeah, they've absolutely crushed him. It's Braves at home and Braves versus lefties. Braves absolutely crush lefties. 205 ISO, 387 WOBA. So almost a 400 team WOBA. That's just crazy. Corbin's allowing a ton of barreled balls. He has a high FIP on both his last 20 and his last 5 starts. Allows 42% hard contact. And with all those barrel balls, the Braves are one of the better teams at barreling the ball. So you got to expect a good day here for the Atlanta Braves.
So not a team we want to be fading necessarily.
No, probably not.
Let's look at the Twins. They're going up against Royals righty Zach Greinke. 4.10 ERA for Greinke, 2.87 opponent average. Last game against the Twins, 3 earned runs in just 4 innings. This season, in 4 games against the Twins, which is 19 innings, he's given up 10 earned runs. You liking this play, or are you fading the field?
This is another good one. The Twins have just crushed him. In 75 plate attempts, they're hitting 361 off of him. 167 ISO, so they have hit the ball hard too. 3 home runs in that time. Almost a 400 WOBA. There's a lot to like here about this Twins offense. And Greinke as a pitcher, he's just been kind of meh. He has been a little bit better lately. His StatCast data looks good. 3.6 FIP over the last 5. But I think all in all, the Twins will probably win out here.
And I was wondering when we were going to get to a Coors Field team here.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're playing at Coors, got to consider one of those teams. And it's going to be the Giants today at the Rockies. It's going to be Kyle Freeland on the hill for the Rockies. So seems like everyone's headed to some Giants bats today. Are you liking this play, or are you maybe fading it?
I mean, it's another Coors Field game. I think it's hard to fade. Freeland is allowing 31% more fantasy points to opposing offenses when he is at home. As far as a pitcher, he's allowing almost 37% hard contact, a lot of barreled balls. I think the Giants are good enough offense that they can get to him. There was a lot of runs yesterday. In 98 plate attempts, they're hitting 280 off him with 4 home runs, 202 ISO. So I think there's a lot to like for the Giants.
So some 3 team stacks that are high owned that kind of liking.
Yeah. And because it is an 11-game slate, you don't have to worry as much about that ownership. So part of the reason there. But you probably don't want to go too high-owned pitchers and, say a 5 or 4 team player stack of one of these teams.
So let's take a look at some low-owned team stacks here. The first team we're looking at is the Mariners. They're going up against A's lefty J.P. Sears. He hasn't been doing well the past couple starts. Last game, he gave up 5 earned runs, including 2 home runs in 4 innings against the Rangers. Previous game, he didn't make it past 2 innings.
Mm-hmm. And 6 earned runs and 3 home runs. Yeah, the Yankees may have dodged a bullet getting rid of him.
At least they made one correct move.
Yep, but he's almost allowing 40% hard contact. He's a bottom 5 pitcher in barrel balls allowed over the last month. 35% ground balls, 31% line drives. Guys are hitting him very well and a really high average exit velocity. That all goes with a FIP of 7 over his last 5 starts. So I think you really got to like Seattle here. Seattle's also trying to make a push, to get into the playoffs, secure their spot. So I like going a little Seattle here.
I like to get some hitters with a sense of urgency.
Mm-hmm.
Angels don't have so much of a sense of urgency, but they're going up against Rangers lefty Cole Ragans today. He's got a 5.68 ERA and 2.60 opponent average. Last game, he gave up 7 earned runs in 4 innings against the A's, who we previously talked about. They're just not a good offensive team.
Nope.
Angels could have himself a day.
It's weird talking about the Angels.
I know.
As a stack consideration. But Ragans isn't very good. That Texas bullpen is terrible. There's a 4.4 implied total. And I absolutely think the Angels could crush it today. Ragans, 6.5 FIP. He's allowing a ton of fly balls. You have Ohtani, you got Trout. You have a bunch of guys in that lineup that have been hitting lately as well. So I kind of like the Angels here. Maybe they're mad that they got eliminated from the playoffs and take
out their aggression.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Those are a look at your daily fantasy plays for today, our pitchers, and our team stacks there. If you want more information, be sure to check out LineStarApp.com. That's where we get all the information on ownership, on all our projections for daily fantasy. You can use our lineup optimizer to help you out in all your contests, as well as our new tool, Props Edge, that helps you place those prop bets. Underdog, PrizePicks, the regular sports books. It's one of our new features that's been awesome, especially now during football season. So be sure to check out LineStarApp.com. Sign up for your subscription, $29.99 per month, which is a great deal. The best deal you'll find on the market for your daily fantasy information and your sports betting info. So check it out. Now it is time for our home run calls of the day. Home run calls are back. Tyler, where are you headed for your home run call today?
I haven't gone here in a while, and I'm excited to. When in doubt, go Mike Trout. Cole Reagans has given up a 253 ISO to righties, while Trout has a 243 ISO to lefties. The Texas bullpen is awful. Trout has been hot. He's hit 12 home runs in the last month, and I think he's going to go for number 13 today.
When in doubt, Mike Trout. Sounds like a nice little political slogan. Should he consider ever running for office? I like it.
Maybe he'll run for MVP next year.
Yeah, next year. I am going with a Braves righty bat, Austin Riley. Today, Riley is going up against Nationals lefty Patrick Corbin, who has the 6th highest home run per 9 rate in all of baseball among pitchers, minimum 100 innings pitched. Plus, you combine that with the fact that the Nationals bullpen, they have given up the 2nd most home runs this season. Now, Riley absolutely crushes lefties. He already has 2 home runs against Corbin specifically with a .630 slugging percentage in 27 at-bats. He's in a great spot today for a dinger.
I like it. Let's do it.
Now it's time for our prop bets of the day. The prop bets contest is back, which means if you want to play in the prop bets contest, Tyler and I both hit our props today. One lucky commenter will win $60. All you have to do is be sure to like this video on YouTube. Be sure you're subscribed to the LineStar YouTube channel and comment below. That's it. You're automatically entered in to win. And hopefully we both hit our props so we can announce a winner on tomorrow's show. If you haven't already, be sure to download the Underdog Fantasy app. That's where our props are available. Underdog Fantasy link is below. New users who deposit at least $10 can get up to $100 of your deposit matched, plus 2 free months of LineStar. Check it out. The link is below. Now let's get to it. Prop bets of the day on this Tuesday, September 20th. Tyler, where are you headed?
I am going Adam Wainwright under 3.5 Ks. They are versus my San Diego Padres. And it is in Petco Park. Wainwright has been terrible at in away games, and he's been under in 4 of his last 5. He's been under the 3.5 K mark. And 4 of those were at home, where he is a much better pitcher and strikes out more batters. San Diego, meanwhile, they only strike out 20% of the time. I really like San Diego here and Wainwright to go under.
Yeah, I know you always like Wainwright at home. This one is at Petco.
And he hasn't been great lately. Strikeout stuff hasn't been showing up, so we're going to just go with it.
Let's go with it. I'm going with Nasty Nestor over 5.5 strikeouts. Now, Nestor Cortez has only hit this in 12 of 25, so just under half of his games. However, he's in a good spot today. This game is at home, where he has about a 5.6 strikeout per game rate. He's also going up against a Pirates team that has the 2nd highest strikeout rate to lefties in all of Major League Baseball. Plus, Nestor Cortez, his sinker is one of the most effective pitches in Major League Baseball right now. It has the 3rd highest strikeout rate of any pitch. And of course, the Pirates, they struggle against it. He's in a great spot today to hit 6 strikeouts. Nasty Nestor can't go wrong.
Let's go.
So those are our prop bets of the day. Be sure to tail our props, or you can fade us too. check out Underdog Sports. You can do it there. And make sure that you just comment below. Any comment will do. Anything at all. If you want to talk about the Yankees.
Talk about Judge leaving the Yankees.
No, don't hurt my heart like that. I know.
Sorry.
It is something.
Sorry, I almost made you cry on the show.
I'm in this rabbit hole of, Twitter, social media, where all of these things are popping up about, could Aaron Judge go here? Did he hint at this?
Oh, no.
It's almost like, I feel like, how Taylor Swift has these crazy fans that look for different.
I don't know.
Well, so if you don't know Taylor Swift, so the fans, they look for things. It's kind of like, the Beatles, like all the signs or the different meanings and conspiracies and stuff. So fans out there are like, did he just say he wanted to go to the Giants? Or, all of these things are popping up and it's starting
there was like some comment he made earlier in the season that he wasn't going to be back.
Yeah, he's made a few, but not really. I mean,
they've been slightly ambiguous, but hinting that
which could just be putting, you don't know how to take that too, because it's just also posturing for more money. So
yeah, the thing is that whoever gets him is going to be rolling out the Brinks truck.
I was reading an article today that just described his season and how it's not even just the home runs. You can take that aside, and it's one of the top 20 hitting performances in the history of baseball. Yes. Not even considering, yes, the home runs, chasing, 61, and likely he'll get that. He's on pace for, I believe, 65 right now. But it's also just his on-base percentage is really high as well. A lot of times with these high home run guys, you don't see the OBP, you don't see the OPS. Totally. And
he's had a remarkable season. That's why this whole MVP debate is so interesting. Right. Ohtani is done stuff nobody has ever done in baseball.
Right. And if not for Aaron Judge, he would win it.
Oh, hands down. By a landslide. Yeah. And, versely, Judge would win by a landslide if it wasn't for Ohtani. But, the debate is just so fun and so interesting. And the only thing really going against Ohtani is the Angels are terrible.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's such a huge factor is the WAR. And like you brought up last time when we talked about this was, how can you even quantify what Shohei Ohtani is doing into that one stat? Because it doesn't take into account the fact that he is pitching and hitting as well. So
it's a tough one.
Something interesting to watch down the stretch. Certainly going to be watching for a home run. We're all on home run alert for Aaron Judge. So good luck to you guys in all your daily fantasy today. Be sure to sign up for notifications. We're coming out with a lot of video content this week, including our Props Edge shows. So you just want to tune in for that. We got you ready for football this weekend. Week 3 coming at you.
Coming at you quick.
So make sure to sign up for notifications. Good luck today in daily fantasy and your prop bets. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys. Bye.